Subscribe to Yuulo for all of your festival and weekend racing tips. Plus, there's further coverage on our website at yuulo.co.uk. Later in the week, be sure to check out our Yuulo Weekender podcast, where Barney holds the chair in Studio 11, and myself, Katie, or Jay Seller, will be looking forward to some of the big races coming your way. Everyone's to Merseyside on Thursday for the Aintree Festival, and with a glorious spell of weather booked in, all's set for a fabulous 3 days of racing. Of course, it's Saturday's Grand National that steals the headlines this week, but before then, there is some very, very good races on the cards. After a super win in the Fred Winter at Cheltenham, Put Your Hands Together can land the 4-year-old juvenile hurdle. Looking again at that run, Mark Walsh didn't have to knock the spots off him to win by 6 lengths, just sauntering through the line under hands and heels, so this Caravaggio gelding should be ready to roll again. With plenty of speed in the breeding, Aintree's flat track should be just his thing, and this doesn't look the strongest renewal to me. My Drogo can take the Fox Hunters, now housed in Edward Walker's yard. Something's clicked since that move. With a points win at Larkhill and sent back to Haydock Park under rules, my Drogo put it all together again to win under William Biddick, who's up top again. 2023 winner, famous Claremont, and last year's runner-up, Benny's King can both go well, but I'll take my chance on my Drogo. Thursday's nap lines up in the Aintree Bowl, which I think is going to Grey Dawning for Dan Skelton. He's been kept back for this, and does seem at his best on a flatter track, so I'm of the opinion that Dan Skelton had that in mind when sending him up to Kelso last time out, so giving the Cheltenham Gold Cup a miss. Irish Raiders, Spillane's, Tower and Gaelic Warrior are the pair that will be taking Grey Dawning on, but whether this ground is a bit quick for Spillane's Tower asks a question, while Gaelic Warrior, to my mind, hasn't been quite as sharp this season. Grey Dawning to justify the short price and take the bowl. Our next best is next up, going to post against Thursday's banker. Constitution Hill can be beaten, and it's Lossiemouth that's going to pull it off. There we are. I've said the unthinkable, but I've some pretty strong reasons behind my thinking. I don't see Constitution Hill as the impregnable champion he was in the past, and with just 3 weeks since taking a fall at Cheltenham, he's hardly had an ideal preparation for this. Although Constitution Hill won this in 2023, Nikki Henderson has kept him to the 2-mile trip since then, whereas Lossiemouth has been winning her races over this 2.5 trip, and also gets that £7 pull from her rival. Gordon Elliott's Wadhoo can't stop winning, so can keep them up to their work, but it's Lossiemouth for me in the Aintree hurdle. What an opener to get off to a start at the Aintree Festival. It's a real cracker, but my hard-earned cash is going on Impair Passe, who I think has been laid out for this by Willie Mullins. Of course, Impair Passe needs to tidy up the jumping under Paul Townend, so the cheek pieces go on, but after winning the Aintree hurdle here last year, we do know he can act on this track and will be fully tuned up for this Grade 1. Jingo Bayi, who seemed to come from nowhere to snatch the Arkle at Cheltenham, has topped the markets this week, but has only had 23 days to get over that fine win, so it may be Croke Park that turns out to be the main danger, with previous over-impair Passe, from the Ladbrokes Novice Chase at the Dublin Racing Festival. Impair Passe to get his revenge on Croke Park, with Jingo Bayi keeping them both to their work. The Red Rum Handicap Chase looks a pretty hot handicap, where there's quite a few to catch the eye, but I think Folks Tiara has a top chance. He won a listed handicap chase at Fairyhouse back in November, and was unlucky the last day when pipped at the post by Impian Diarg, but Henry de Bromhead has a good record in this, so Folks Tiara is the one for me. Gavin Cromwell is firing well, so my mate Mozzie makes the list, while last year's winner, Sun Brewy, can't be written off, but Folks Tiara it is. I'll be thinking that the last race on Thursday can go to Charisma Cat, though Paddy Toomey's SEO Lynn has been backed well in this week. Alan King has been getting Charisma Cat just right in these bumpers, and she's now 3 from 4, with a listed win at Sandown Park in the book. Harry Derham's Jackie Hobbs was impressive enough when she scored at Ascot the last day, finding another gear when Harry Cobden pushed the button, so these are the 3 I think will be in the mix. Charisma Cat gets the final vote, with Jackie Hobbs to keep her honest. Best of luck, everyone.